Training the Samurai Mind. A Bushido Sourcebook, translated and edited by Cleary. This is a book summary. A samurai stands motionless in a misty bamboo forest, gripping his katana with both hands. His eyes are closed, his breathing steady. The morning fog swirls around him like whispers from the past. The distant cry of a crow echoes through the trees. Imagine a time when the world was ruled not by kings alone, but by warriors bound to a code so unbreakable, it was woven into their very souls. A time where death was not fear but embraced as a possible outcome of every battle, and where honor was more valuable than life itself. Welcome to the world of the samurai, a realm where steel was sharp, but the mind was sharper. The life of a samurai was not merely about fighting. It was about mastering oneself, about understanding that every action, every breath was a reflection of one's soul. Today, we step into their world. We unravel the wisdom of warriors long past, diving into the ancient philosophy of Bushido, the way of the warrior. Through the collected words of Japan's greatest strategists, scholars, and swordsmen, meticulously preserved and translated by Cleary in Training the Samurai Mind, we will unlock the secrets of what it truly means to think like a samurai. For those who seek more than just stories of battle, for those who wish to cultivate an unshakable spirit, a mind as sharp as a blade, and a heart that beats with the rhythm of discipline, this is the journey for you. Prepare yourself. The warrior's mindset, more than just combat. When we think of the samurai, we picture warriors clad in gleaming armor, wielding razor-sharp katanas, fighting epic duels beneath cherry blossom trees. But the true power of the samurai was never in their swords alone. It was in their minds. The book Training the Samurai Mind reveals a fundamental truth. A warrior's greatest enemy is not the opponent before him, but the doubt within himself. Shiba Yoshimasa, a powerful 14th century samurai leader, understood this well. He taught that true courage is not the absence of fear, it is the will to act despite it. He knew that a warrior's strength was not simply in his ability to cut down an enemy, but in his ability to never waver in the face of uncertainty. To be perceptive about people is most important for a samurai. You must always be able to judge the character of both your allies and your enemies. The battlefield was not only a place of combat, it was a place where the mind was tested, where resolve was sharpened, and where honor was defined. A samurai had to train not only his body but also his spirit, for war was not just about striking first, it was about understanding one's place in the world, reading the intentions of others, and moving with absolute purpose. Even in times of peace, the samurai never stopped training. Why? Because war was not the only battle they would face. Life itself was a battlefield, one filled with deception, uncertainty, and moral tests. A warrior prepared for war, but he trained for life itself. Because a mind unshaken in the face of death is a mind that can overcome anything. But how did the samurai train their minds? How did they prepare to face death without fear, without hesitation? In battle, a single moment of doubt could mean the difference between victory and defeat, between life and death. To the samurai, fear was an illusion, one that could be conquered with discipline, focus, and an unwavering presence of mind. The book Training the Samurai Mind introduces us to Suzuki Shosan, a warrior turned Zen monk who carried the wisdom of the battlefield into the world of spiritual mastery. He believed that a true samurai was always in training, not just when wielding a sword, but in every single action, whether preparing for combat or completing the simplest of daily tasks. Shosan's philosophy teaches us something powerful. The key to ultimate focus is to treat every action as if it were a matter of life and death. A samurai did not simply walk. He moved with awareness. He did not simply eat. He nourished his body with purpose. He did not simply swing his sword. He channeled his entire existence into the strike. To Suzuki Shosan, every moment in life was an opportunity for meditation. This was the essence of Zen in the way of the warrior. Do your job with your mind as taut as an iron bow strung with wire. This is identical to Zen meditation. What does this mean? It means that a mind left untended is like a loose bowstring, slack, unfocused, and powerless. But a mind that is taut and ready, that is a mind capable of extraordinary things. To live in the present moment, to exist entirely in the now, this was the way of the samurai. No past, no future, just this moment, just this breath, just this strike. The art of mental posture. Before the battle begins, one of the most powerful lessons from training the samurai mind is that the battle is won before the first strike is made. A samurai's true strength was never just in his blade, it was in his posture. Not just physical posture, but mental posture. The unseen, unshakable force that determined the outcome of a battle before the swords were even drawn. The concept of mental posture was the foundation of samurai strategy. It wasn't just about holding a sword, it was about holding the right mindset. Example, Takeda Shinjin, one of the greatest warlords in Japan's history, understood this principle better than most. He held vast territories, commanded fierce warriors, and defeated countless enemies, but he never relied on fortresses. Why? Because he believed that a fortress could fall, but a strong mind never would. Even without a secure castle, if your mental posture is correct, there will be no disorder. Takeda's philosophy is as relevant today as it was centuries ago. In war, a warrior who believes he is already defeated has lost before the battle begins. In life, a person who doubts themselves before an exam, a competition, or a challenge is already at a disadvantage. But a mind that stands strong, unyielding, and ready, that mind has already won. This is the lesson of the samurai. Victory begins in the mind. The 5 types of warriors. Which one are you? The book Training the Samurai Mind categorizes warriors into 5 types, each with a unique way of approaching battle, strategy, and life. Which one are you? 1. The aggressive, the warriors who strike first, overwhelming their enemies with sheer force. They believe in absolute offense, seizing the initiative, breaking the enemy's spirit before they can react. They are the storm that crushes hesitation. 2. The clever, the strategists, always thinking several moves ahead. They do not fight with brute strength alone, but with cunning, deception, and patience. A single step in the wrong direction could spell doom for their enemies. 3. The technical, the disciplined fighters who perfect every technique. They believe that mastery of skill leads to mastery of battle. No wasted movement, no unnecessary force, only precision. 4. The calm, the patient warriors, waiting for the perfect moment. They do not act rashly, nor do they fight every battle. Instead, they wait, study, and strike only when the time is right. 5. The masterful, those who understand that true victory is in the mind. To them, a battle that can be avoided is a battle already won. They do not seek to destroy their enemies. They seek to control the very flow of the conflict. Which one do you resonate with the most? To the samurai, strength was never just about skill with a blade. True strength was the ability to remain unshaken, to face any challenge, any enemy, any disaster, with absolute clarity and unwavering resolve. This was the imperturbable mind, the highest achievement of samurai training, a mind that could not be shaken, no matter the chaos around it. A mind that did not waver in the face of death. Training the samurai mind introduces us to warriors, monks, and strategists who understood this deeply. Suzuki Shosan, the warrior turned Zen monk, believed that this kind of mental strength was cultivated not just in battle, but in every moment of life. He trained his students to embrace hardship, to see obstacles as teachers, to welcome challenges with open arms. Example, Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's most legendary swordsman, embodied this philosophy. He once encountered another master in the streets. No swords were drawn, no words were spoken. They simply locked eyes, each one sensing the unshakable presence of the other. Then they both smiled and walked away. Why? Because they both understood. The strongest warrior is not always the one who fights. A battle was already decided by the presence of mind, the unshaken spirit. There was no need to prove anything. The mind should be formless. Like water, it should adapt to any situation, yet remain unshaken. This is the lesson of the imperturbable mind. To be like water, soft, yet unstoppable. To flow around obstacles instead of resisting them. To move with precision and intent, but never out of fear or anger. A sword can be broken, a fortress can be destroyed, but a mind that cannot be disturbed. That is a power beyond measure. This is the samurai's greatest weapon. Not the sword, not the armor, but the mind. The lessons of training the samurai mind are timeless. They aren't just about swords and battlefields. They are about life itself. Every day we fight battles, not with steel but with doubt, stress, and fear. We face challenges that test our patience. We encounter setbacks that shake our confidence. We experience failures that make us question our strength. But the samurai understood, victory was never about brute force. It was about mental mastery. It was about training the mind to be stronger than any obstacle. If we train our minds as the samurai did, if we cultivate focus, discipline, and resilience, then we too can walk through life with the same unshakable spirit. So the question is, are you ready to train your samurai mind? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more warrior wisdom. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and keep the samurai spirit alive.